how are you today?
Very good.
Very good. How has your past week been?
It's been alright. I've been very, very busy.
Oh yeah? What did you do?
I've been very busy with school and work. I work full-time and I'm in school full-time pretty much, so I'm back and forth Monday through Fridays. For the past 3 to 4 years, since I graduated high school in 2006, been in pursuit of my degree, but ultimately finding my passion, what I like to do.
Have you found your passion yet?
I feel I found parts of it, every day. Like, I have fun. I actually, designing stuff, multimedia based and graphic design. It really kind of unlocked a lot of things that I never thought that was that interesting.
What would you say you are as a person?
One big thing about me is I've always, I'm always with my heart, with anything I do. I put my all into everything I do. And I don't feel there's no reason to do something unless you're all in. Life's all about choices, making the most out of life.
So fail's not in your vocabulary, huh?
Nah. I know what I'm good at, and those things that I'm good at, that I know, I succeed in those things. Things that I'm not good at, I usually try to well around those and back them up with the things that I am good at, and perfect it.
Have you ever doubted yourself in your life?
Yeah, there's many times in my life I have, like I was living in Boston for about a year and a half in school, found a program that I liked, but a big example is that I was with roommates with my best friend, it wasn't working out, and I had to make my judgment call, whether to leave there and come back home or stay in Boston and live through with it, and it prevailed to be the best decision, but at first, it was one of the hardest decisions, you always got to have friends, but, you got to find what you're looking for in life.
What was the growing up like for you?
I grew up in a family, pretty much it was me and my sister and my father and my mother. Moved around a lot. My dad was a framer, he built houses for a living, so, he was always constantly working. My mom was a nurse, she was an RN, so she was always working late nights.
So pretty much you didn't have a solid time with them, huh?
Yeah, it was a gist of, mixture of things, pretty much. I honestly took, anytime that I did have my father and stuff like that, and always wanted, when I grew up, be just like him. That was my goal as a little kid.
So how's your relationship with your family, though?
Right now, I live alone with my father. My mother actually lives in Hampton, and pretty much my gist of my life is, me and my father both work, we both live in the house. He's still running a business, and I'm still in school, and I'm still working too.
Oh, okay. Did he inspire you to become what you want to be?
Yes, my thing with my father is that he always really set with his goals that he wanted, and, in life, and, he always told me at a young age, he had an idea. My age, he wanted me, he was pressuring me first to get into what he wanted to get into.
Yeah.
But then I honestly broke down and told him, I was like, that's not what I'm looking for, I'm looking for something different, and, and ever since then, he's always supported. He's like, I don't care what you do, as long as you like what you do, and as long as it's what you want to do. That's all that matters. And, he kind of set up a kind of structure watching him, over the course of years, seeing him run his own business and stuff like that, and loving what he does every day for 20-something years, kind of plays, key on me too as well.
Has there been, an occurrence in your life? What's the most devastating occurrence in your life?
Most devastating occurrence in my life would probably be, it was kind of a table turner when I was 7, 8. She was diagnosed with actually learning disabilities. And actually, I found out I needed accommodations and stuff like that. And, ever since then, my life turned dramatically around. I learned, the ins and outs of what I had, and then I learned what I can do and how to accomplish it. And that's kind of been my motivation to continue.
So there's another motivation.
Yeah, a couple.
You seem to be very serious about your work. Do you have any plans for the future? Any goals?
My goals pretty much for me is to be successful. At what I do.
So there's not a specific goal?
I'm looking, what I'm looking to, with my major and stuff, is looking to get into either a design firm or a production company of some sorts, or even, continue doing freelance stuff for people.
All right.
Whatever path kind of comes away, that's where I'm going to go to.
But what about you personally? Are you happy?
Yeah, I love what I do. That's the biggest thing, is, having fun and enjoying life too as well. My weekends, my Friday nights when I go out with friends and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
When I finish something, it kind of makes me feel even more happy because you finished something that you wanted to do. Or there's so many things that I want to do in life, I want to take certain trips. I want to take, you know, go out to certain places and stuff like that. You know, that's definitely probably one of the biggest things that I would like to do. You know, and explore the world pretty much. You know, so probably spend at least about a year or two just traveling.
So you like to travel.
Oh yeah.
That's good. I guess we're gonna cut it to a wrap. Thank you very much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
It was nice having you.